You're welcome to the Friends and Family Show. We're coming to you live at ChannelOne TV in our studios here at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano. My name is Noyo Kwote, and today we are going to talk about something that we've all gone through it when we were children. Probably you haven't noticed, but probably you have as well. We're talking about this. My mother always compares me with other children, or compares me to other children. What should I do? Growing up, our parents would say, you see your friend Adwa, she's doing so well in school. Why don't you have children yet? Your friends are all getting married. What are you doing? Well, the show is very interactive and you can be part of it. So you can send me messages. I've got 3 beautiful guests. We're getting into this conversation. We'll be right back. You're welcome back to the Friends and Family Show. My name is Noyo Kwote. We're getting to this conversation. I know that after my intro, you've been thinking about it. One way or the other, you've gone through this. That is, my mother always compares me to other children. What should I do? When we're growing up, like always, all these statements are actually comparing you to other children, right? So there's somebody in your school that's doing much better. Or probably you have a friend who's getting married. Usually mothers do that to their daughters. Sometimes it's just on a subtle note. But indeed, it will make you think about it. They're saying that Ajoa is getting married. Why is it taking too long for you to get married? Now you're married. Mansa has 2. What are you waiting for? All of these things, they're definitely comparing you to other children. What should you do? Tonight, I have Deborah Menta, who is a lecturer at Unimac. Hi, Debbie. Nice to have you in the studio here again.
Nice to
okay, and Michael Anotinkran. You're back to do all the shady things again.
Nah, I'm going to
Remember the other time, you're out forgiven. Let's see where you will be tonight. And Vanessa Arthur Sampson, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so have you ever experienced anything like this? Has mommy or daddy said anything to... I don't know, deal with that. Has he ever said anything like that to you, comparing you to other children? How have you felt? Or is it still happening? Or you just want to still go back a little, probably in primary school?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I had that experience.
I think it's around that time that your parents, yes, go like, oh, Charlie, what's happening to you? You are 30. You are still in your mother's house. Well, I've heard a lot of my friends say that. You are 30. That's too bad with you. You know?
I'm probably don't worry.
You get, and then you're like, oh, what now for ya? 22. Pedal worry. How have you felt? Okay, let's say that you share your experience. Okay, let's say one thing that you remember that your parents have actually compared you to your friends with.
All right, so I think with me it was when I was way back in, I think, primary school, primary 2 or 3, when I used to get myself so dirty, and I did be why you feel. I see me see banner here, so when I come, you know, that kind of comparison was a hurt, but then it's one of the things. So.
Right.
Well, with me, I think, I don't know if this holds, but it was actually compared to the house girl. How the house girl is very busy working at the kitchen and you are in the room. Like, oh, you're quite a fork rado. Oh, be born in between chance him on that's
about 6 wada.
About 6 wada.
We get that all the time.
Yeah, that's for me.
You know?
That's it for me.
Have you experienced anything like that?
Oh yes. Mine is similar to Vanessa's. Mine was comparing me to my cousin actually. And this cousin was actually older than me. Yet, I don't know the basis of comparison. Like, onim benkuye, ele bankuchimo, ole bankuchimo at this age, you know, that thing. So, you know, it comes to some
But how does it make you feel at that time? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, very bad.
Oh, it does?
Oh, yes, it does. I felt like I'm not able to express myself. I want to be myself. I want to just be the Deborah that I am. But now you're comparing me to somebody who le bankuchimo, who is supposed to, you know, prepare banku and all of that. And I wasn't at that age. I felt like I wasn't at that age to know how to make banku. I happened to be the first child, and you know, the responsibilities and all of that. But I felt like she would take it easy with me, and I felt so bad. And at a point, I felt like, oh, maybe that cousin of mine is better than my own.
Right.
You know, so I mean, all of these things come as effects of those things.
But why do you think our parents do that? Why do you think that parents compare their children to other children? Is it like insecurity? They're not too sure about it, whether you know, I can't tell whether Charlie, my child, Charlie, what's happening there? You know, do you have any? Do you know why they actually do this?
I think it's insecurities.
Insecurity? You think it's insecurity?
Sometimes
I don't agree. You know about that? I don't agree.
I mean, it's insecurity.
Really?
You know, I feel like in their perspective, they are trying to motivate us.
Okay.
They want to see the best come out of us, but they use the wrong approach.
Oh, you think it's a wrong approach?
It's a wrong approach.
Okay.
I think it's a wrong approach. So they, in their perspective, they just want their child to be best, to be the best.
Don't you think that they probably inciting some kind of competition, like in you, for you to be a little bit competitive?
Okay, so I think in my
sorry,
no, you can go.
I don't really agree with that. I feel just like any investment, you may want to yield results.
Right.
So even if you have a pet and you train your pet to some extent, you expect it to behave in a manner a standard pet will behave. Here lies the case where your parents feel, oh, I've invested in you, material fees, I've done everything for you. I think you should be at a certain level, maybe compared to my friend's daughter or my friend's son. So they feel it's an investment that they need to yield results. The approach is a problem. The approach here, you can look at a benchmark and then set it for your child, but not compare with someone else, like comparing mangoes to oranges.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Right. So I think that in African homes, they see comparison as it has become normal.
Very normal.
Yeah. Do you think that is used like as a tool of motivation to motivate the child?
It works.
Yes.
It works that way.
It works.
In the sense that for me, a typical example, I think my parents were always comparing me to kids who are always very neat. All right. It got into me. I mean, it got to a time. Even when my shoes are dirty, I need to wash them. I was trying to be a prim and proper boy.
Yeah.
When they are playing football, I mean, Bobby, just to make sure say,
Yeah,
I
you
look
go
good.
back home clean.
And I go back clean.
Yeah.
And he said, what's the sound? I mean, it was a motivation to me. So
Right. So I think it's a motivational tool.
it works.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes it gets too extreme.
Exactly.
When they keep hammering the same thing. So you feel like, why am I, like, you know, and at least you're not seeing any good in me at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
That's
question
how I feel.
yourself.
You get. So it makes you a bit like, you know, you keep thinking, actually, you're not seeing anything at all. Why is Amma doing this and you think I should do this? And can't you actually see the difference in both of us? Probably what she likes is different. What I like is different. What I like to do is different. What she likes to do is different as well. Why can't you see that difference? Why are you comparing me to, you know,
I know.
you get, but and sometimes in that setting, you can't say anything. Who are you?
You can't dodge
You
the
get
surface.
outside.
Yeah. Who are you?
They sleep
To go
outside
and
that
say
day,
that,
yes.
madam. Amma is not like me. Hey, that day where you would sleep.
No, I think that thing, what you are hammering is really important. What our parents actually, I mean, those who do that, what they refuse to see is that it doesn't make the child innovative.
Yeah.
You tend to copy the other person you are being compared to every time. Okay, Adra is doing this. Why can't you do that?
Like she's the standard.
You
Right.
get.
You
So
get.
even if you can do something better than Adra, it's like Adra is your standard. So you just have to match up.
Yeah.
And all of that.
You
It
have to
doesn't bring
compromise.
exactly. It doesn't bring your uniqueness out. So that's something that we should also watch as Ghanaian parents, or should I say Africa? Because it looks like they're all the same.
They went to the same school.
That's it.
Yeah. No, but again, which one hurts more? Coming from your parents or somebody else?
I think your
You know, like a relative.
Parents.
Which one
Parents.
hurts more?
Your
That
parents.
probably your auntie is gonna say that. Gonna know you.
I think your parents.
You get your parent. They
Yeah,
hurt.
parents, because I feel that's where I find some level of comfort. That's why I feel I can always pour everything out. So if my parents are doing this to me,
Right.
I think it really hurts compared to, I mean, your auntie, uncle, whatever. I think your parents hurt
Yeah, more like an emotional obligation.
because I have tried
Yeah.
enough
You
times.
can, you know, if the world rejects you, you can go to your parents.
Exactly.
But if it's the same parents that are treating you like how a stranger would, I think you would feel it more.
I agree.
Right, you agree as
because
well.
if your auntie does that, you can go call your mom aside and then you guys can gossip.
Exactly.
Like, why did she do this and all of that? But if it's coming from...
Mother will go to the other side before. You go to the other side, simple.
Yeah, they
Just
can do like
that.
that. Do that.
You know, it's rare. It's rare. But again, I feel that is the tone in which people say this to me that bothers me, or it hurts me. And my mother actually would say it in a very friendly tone, like, you see, look at your friend, yeah, he cry, he's doing better. We'll either laugh it off. But one day, you get the tone, the body language that they used to tell you, probably is coming from a place of hurt. That is when it will get to me.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think it's the repetition of it, no matter how calming it may sound.
It's the repetition. It will take a while for it to register.
I just think our African parents are just like that.
Exactly.
They're just like that.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is...
I mean, my mother, for example. I'm forgetting the fact that she's hurting your feelings.
No, but yeah, sitting down there,
editing her food.
So I can talk about it.
Which feelings you get?
And it never really ends for let's say females. It never really ends. Maybe single females. It doesn't end. Maybe for men it can end at childhood. Maybe you get a job, but for the females,
it doesn't end.
No, let him tell you his part.
It doesn't end. Okay, well, for females, I think you're not married, you don't have kids. Hey, they will say it in a subtle way. Hey, wedding be a coy pan, you know, it's
and then
pinches you.
No, they
are the trigger.
I saw your mate.
I saw your mate too. I saw when you
But from the guy's aspect, you know, you live in a house where your father comes home. Air condition is so chill. And lights don't be bro. You know that kind of thing. So it's like they are telling you what to do. But I'm not saying walk out of my house. I'm not saying go find a job. But hey, I mean this and this time partner own page money. Like, Michael, have you gone in search for any job? Oh yeah, I've tried searching for jobs. And so what's happening? I mean, what's if air condition? I mean, the lights will just
indirectly. Why you in the house turn on air condition since morning? I don't want pay.
Yes, and that's all.
You tend to question yourself.
Yeah,
that internal assessment comes in. But I think that's a positive.
I'm realizing a trend though about this whole thing. It looks like it runs down through the generations.
Okay.
You know, we are talking about it, but indirectly we also do it.
How?
Let your
Tell
niece,
me.
Yes, let your niece do something, or maybe she dirties herself just like Michael, and you're like, your friends don't even, you know, dirty themselves like this. You get, like, sadly, we do that.
But I think maybe
children,
we are trying to understand.
The thing is inbuilt, oh. Yes. It's like, it's
I think so.
On.
Now I'm guilty.
Can I come somehow?
Yeah.
So I think what Debbie is saying is very true. A typical example, my son is just 3 years.
Yeah.
I pick him from school and he read on himself. Like, I have a niece who is in the same school with him. Like, now, Janet is crying, so just so to do. We was forgetting that Janet is way older than him. But the fact that my niece is not with me, my son is with me, is a problem to me. So I think it's a generational thing. We don't really think about it, but it's happening.
Yeah.
So,
Right. It's true. Oh, now I'm guilty.
I think right?
Yes. I'm guilty.
It's subconscious now, you know, and it's something we all have to check.
Most of the time, it's not deliberate, it's not subtle, but when someone is hammering on it, then you know, okay, this person is really out. That's how you feel. The person is out there for me, like, and you may even flare up at a point. You may feel like, hey, why is it just me? That thing I feel causes rebellion, because after all, they'll compare me to Adra. After all, they'll compare me to Kuya.
And
I feel that causes
I guess
So does it actually affect your identity?
It
does.
Does it affect you?
Good.
It
That
does.
was what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Your self-esteem.
Right.
Yeah, you feel very bad. You feel like nothing comes out of you. Nobody is noticing your uniqueness. Nobody is even appreciating what you bring out and everything. So sometimes I think when parents do that indirectly, or maybe they don't even know, but that's what it causes. You feel like, okay, then let me just be at my corner. I'm not going to even do what I know how to do. Because after all, nobody would appreciate it. So it tends to even cover up everything that you have within you that you can give out.
But does it bring the checkmate vibe out of you? Don't you always look forward for checkmate?
I did it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
You did?
I did. You want to share? I did.
So I think it happens. I mean, when they will say other kids are learning, yet you are home. So when I passed my BEC, I go home and I was like, hey, what about? Oh, I pass you. Yeah. Some checkmates level. It feels good.
Yes.
It feels good.
I mean, I think it's not bad.
I remember one time, not to say that it was a good example, but amongst my friends, I married a bit late, you know, and all the while my mom kept saying, "Hey, look at this one. She's married. You know, your friend. You've been working together. She's married. Now she has kids." And it got to a point. Now people were saying, "Oh, and if your husband is this, you know, put it on high pedestal and all of that." Then it got to my turn. I'm like, "Nah!"
Oh, checkmate.
You know, I killed it. Like I got married. I've got kids while they're waiting for this. Like, you know, they go 2, I go 3. Remember that sister? You get?
That's
you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, always looking forward to like let them see that you can do more than what the people are doing. It's just like your time no come yet. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes parents say you have to relax, but I like it sometimes. It put the competitiveness in you. You know, a very healthy one. So you're in school, they're saying that would they be out of the way the second? What happened to first? You know, the person who was first is actually your friend as well. What happened to being first? Okay, it's trying to be. You know, they do like this. Grab your crutchy powers. Then, you know, you move a step further. And you're excited. At least sometimes it's not necessarily bad. You know, it's not entirely bad.
It challenges you.
Yes, it challenges you at some point, you know, to do better. But again, if it is too much and you, the person, can't really do anything about it, that's when I think that I don't want to put you in a state. Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
It also breeds jealousy at some time, at
True.
some point.
And enmity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Why didn't I think of that?
Siblings rivalry.
Yeah. Especially if you're being compared.
Yeah. I think I have an
gets
experience.
Cousins. You do? You want to
Yes,
share?
well, not really jealousy, but I realized that when I was growing up, my kid sister was more hardworking. She used to, like, you know, sweep and all of that. I used to admire it, but me, Charlie, I want to read, you know, I want to write. But she is like more of the house chores and all of that. And, you know, I saw the difference. Like my mom was, you know, she liked them all because she used to help her a lot, and me, I was reserved somewhere and all of that. And I realized that the attention was going to her. So I noticed it and I just drew back. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't, you know, anything bad, but I just drew back. You know, and I think if some kids are like me, they'll do that. You know, they'll just do that and then just allow things to be as they are. But other ones would be jealous because their love is going to them. They see it clearly. Like they want to buy something, they'll buy 2 for this person and then just get 1. So when you 2, then you are just there. Meanwhile, me to my writing, or if you just say like, oh, so yeah, like you too, you can. It would motivate me and all of that. So I still stand that the approach of comparing, it should be checked.
It should be checked. Do you think that pride of parents, like, you know, it comes from your achievements? So let me break it down. Your mom or your dad is going to be proud of you more because of what you achieved. Yeah. Probably you're first in school, you built a house, you're doing better at work, you got a great job amongst your kids. You think that your parents' pride towards, for you, it's going to come from that, the achievements?
Yes.
You're not going to love me unconditionally. It's conditional.
I think they've done that when we were young. So,
so now it's no more
the yield of the investment.
So now it's conditional.
100%.
Let's say fruit of their labor.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think that's when you find them at places like you say, oh, koja me madam for the wedding, and then we're gonna me bani or a doctor.
Don't look over too quick. I'm saying me jam
It happens when there's a funeral. Like I'm like, go jam. Just for you to go and like, oh, maybe you might know. I'm about we know how know. I mean, that kind of thing, you know.
Okay, So I think that it has to do with pride.
Oh, yes, sometimes they do.
So this love is not it's not unconditional.
Very conditional.
Yeah, but I think that the air conditioner is the basis. But then they are drawn to you because you're making them proud.
I think they get that joy. Okay, I've been able to take care of ABC. You know, this is the fruit of my labor. Yeah, so I think it's
they
it's
get
fair
some
for them to feel
fulfillment
that,
too.
Okay.
They feel fulfilled for you.
Is that a good way to tell your mom or your dad that, can you please stop comparing me?
Good.
Like in a nice way or loving way. Like, oh, mom, I really want to talk to you about this.
As in when you were a child or now?
Or now.
Which any type.
So I think for now, it works perfect because you are working, all right? You get home, you buy your mom stuff, you talk to her. Oh, I don't really like it. I mean, now you can do it in a nice way. But when she's providing for you, I don't think you can do it. For my mother, I mean, that December 2 of him, so you're not right.
I think it also
Even
boils down to
it
boils down to the relationship you formed
I was
with
gonna
them.
go there.
It's all about the relationship because when you have a very strict parent, you can't even
talk back.
What are you going to say? Then you just the moment you say it, you just open the door and go and sit outside because you know you won't have it that the same thing.
They go fly.
Right. But if you have a very cordial relationship, and as you said earlier, you said the tonation, maybe mommy will tell you, oh, wait, maybe you are being lazy, or you'll be able to, oh, mommy, I said, oh, can't do patrol. I'll work on it. Okay, it's the tonation and the relationship for me.
And there's something I'm actually, I'm being conscious of. I'm being conscious of how I talk to my children.
Oh, wow.
Yes. When it's getting there, I breathe. They are, I don't know what word to use for toddlers. They are like domestic terrorists. Yes. And definitely you're going to get in your feels when you ask someone to go and bath and 4 times, 5 times. What they want to do is what they're doing. You definitely get there. But I'm making a conscious effort to be nice. You know, say nice things. Advise nicely, approach is, you know, our reproach is nice.
I think that's good.
It's not easy, I think the way she said it sounded smooth, but I'm not sure is that easy.
No, that's what I'm saying. That
you have your moments.
make a conscious effort. So when I am getting there, I breathe. Or when I'm getting there, I try to, you know, take my mind off it, and then we start all over again. Because it's hard, you know, it's hard. So I think if we start off like that, well, that's my approach. That's what I want to do. I'm making that conscious effort because I grew up in a home where mommy's always screaming. You know, you can't tell what's wrong with her. When everybody is excited, she has something on her mind, so she's upset. Even when everybody's trying to, like, you know, be nice to her, she would just flip. So I'm trying as much to do the opposite of, you know, toning it down a bit. The reproach and everything is going to come, but it depends on how you're going to do it. So that these kids are able to, like, you know, walk up to you and tell you everything. So because of that, when I pick my kids up,
they brief you.
Thank you. It's like a journal, working journal. They're waiting to tell you everything that happened. So you can tell when they have a bad day. So I've stopped asking, how was school?
They just flow with you.
No, I just ask, oh, what did you do today? Like, you know, what did you do in school today? It starts from Lebi to Beke. And now I have to say, yeah.
But that's amazing because some people will feel, oh, me mama cried me. Make me so I have to do the same thing to you.
Yeah.
So I think what you're doing is so amazing.
Because I remember the number of times that I have cried because I'm trying to, like, you know, be nice to my mom, and she goes like, you know, and meanwhile, this is me coming to tell you something that I have done, and I think that I'm expecting you to say, oh, you've done so well, you know, and then she goes, okay, Jane, you're not. You get. So I try as much to try and listen. Some of the things they say, I don't understand. Whatever they did today in the school, I don't understand. I go like,
they appreciate it.
Yes,
they
so can we clap for Baba like everybody does? Can we clap? Can we clap for KJ? You know, so then everybody is waiting for their turn to be clapped for.
Good.
You understand?
Wow. That's a good approach.
Wow. So it's like it's easy for them to come up to you and tell you something.
I really think it works because with my 11-year-old daughter, you know, I used to shout on her like that, like maybe Matiano. But for some time now, I think my wife has given an approach. So you talk to her calm like an adult. So I realize that anytime she has a problem, she takes a phone. She's not in a Kajintakwari. She takes a phone and calls me. hey, Daddy, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Something happened in school. So she's willing to now communicate.
Thank you.
Before, she's a bit...
Yes, because when
they
want you
yeah,
to
because
come
she feels
and
like
talk.
you are really not going to make it happen.
Yeah.
But now she's able to call me on phone. She actually even calls on video calls. But we're not really having that relationship. You understand? But now we do it often. And
so you make a conscious effort.
Yeah.
So now if they're doing something that's off and you want to do that little comparison, sometimes it's nice. So then they were like, okay, yeah, I'll dash this, I'll do this. So then when I come back, mommy will say, bye-bye, and mommy should clap for me.
They even know you're coming from a place of love.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
my mom wants me to do
And
this.
So since we want to stay in that place of love. You know, we want to stay in that place of love. We'll be right back. We're still on the Friends and Family show, and we're talking about this. It's actually a scenario. My mother compares me to other children. What should I do? We've actually stated all the little things that our parents do while they're comparing. So now after the break, we'll talk about what we should do. Are we accepting the things they say to us? Are we moving in the right direction? You're still on That Favorite Show. We're taking a breather. My name is Noyo Kwote. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Friends and Family Show, coming to you live on ChannelOne TV. In our studios here at number 5 Ola Hanson Lane in Tesano. My name is Noyo Kwote. I still have in the studio Debbie. You guys, your name is what?
Michael. Stubborn Z.
Yeah, you know, I want you to get in your element. The way you're doing that, anyway, and Vanessa as well.
Right.
So I want you to get into your element.
I'm going to get into it.
So, okay, we are holding on tight. Now, here's what. We're talking about this. My mom compares me to other children. What should I do? So we have actually spoken about all the things that our parents do in comparing us to other children, probably in marriage, and at school, at home, even with people that we don't even think that our parents will go into that direction. We have spoken about that. Now, to the right question. That's the second part of the question is, what should I do? So how are we handling this? Are we saying that, okay, we'll just, run wild with it. They can do whatever they want to do. Or are we sitting to, take a closer look at ourselves, inner look, and say, do I really want to stop the things that my mom thinks that I am doing wrong? Do I want to match up with these people? Or they can get out of here. Do whatever they want to do. I will do me. So, this is my first question. Are we slowing it down to actually look things at our parents' perspective? Like, from our parents' perspective. Right. Probably it's not from a place of hate. Mm-hmm. It might be a place of a frustration, a little bit of frustration. That, Charlie, you've gone to school, you're still doing this thing. Don't you think is enough care? So now that we know, so you choose which parts that you think that's coming from. You think your mom is coming from a place of, then you tell me what you want to do. Okay. Then you choose that part if it's coming from a place of frustration, and probably you as well. So tell me which part you think your parents or our parents are coming from. Anyone can start.
Okay. I think my mom actually came from the point of love.
Okay.
Yeah, she just wanted me to be more hardworking. I was quite slow, quite timid, and all of that. And so she wanted me to be quick. Okay. She wanted me to be active, the active child just like the active children about and all of that. Mm-hmm. But that was just my own uniqueness, and she didn't understand. Right. So I think she just wanted me to be quick and then to be more accepted, because it got to a point that every other person was saying that you are too quiet, you are too timid,
you're laid back.
Exactly. So I think it was just from the point of love.
Okay. So you're taking it on a lighter note.
Mm-hmm. So while I was younger, I know where you're coming from. Well, when I was younger, there was nothing much I could do about it. I was just, I was just complaining to myself, because of course you can't go to her and say, hey, why is she complaining about everything? Like, I can't do it the way this person is doing it. Let me just be myself. And of course, all in my head.
You can't say it out.
You can't say it out, yeah. But now that I'm old, if anybody should complain, or even my parents should complain, I think my approach would be to have a talk with them.
Okay.
Yes, to just have a talk and then explain
Debbie,
things.
Debbie.
Yes, like, you know, me to appreciate some other aspect. But
So
even
you talk it
before
out.
that, I should have some self-reflection. Okay, what are they talking about? What
Is
good
it
can
true?
I take exactly? What I realized that the thing when I was true.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, but say, you know. You know, and this, you know, actually, this is how fast I could speak. Oh. I used to speak slowly.
Hey.
Hey.
Then you're so serious.
I like the
Yes. You're so serious.
Very slowly, and then I realized that people were even imitating me when I speak. They were like, "Okay, Mini," you know. I would just ask, "Okay, Mini," and then I would say, "Inke," and you realize that this is not how the person speaks, but the person is trying to imitate you. I realized that no, they have a point. I have to sit down and then think about it. So now it got me to realize that no, you can do something about it, and this is the fastest I could actually speak.
Hey.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is even development. So I think self-reflection is good. And then if it's getting too much, you can speak with a person. You can speak with your parents, have a talk, a friendly chat. Yeah.
Michael?
So for me, it's
No,
from the point of love.
I actually think it can be from the point of hate. This is because it might actually be as a result of the story behind your birth.
It's true.
Good. So imagine if your father and mother during, the time of conceiving, there were issues. Or secondly, your father said, I wanted you to take away this child. So it could be from the point of hate. Your mother hates you for such reason, or maybe your father even dumped your mother as a result of the pregnancy. Your mother was chased away.
She still had you.
Exactly. So it could be from the point of hate. Your mother hates you. Even the story behind your birth is
I don't
so...
think that hate is such a strong word. I don't think that they entirely hate you.
I think it will be from a place of frustration rather than hate.
Yeah, it would be frustration.
At the end of the day, it's a negative way. All right? Unlike the love. This is not love. This is not love.
That's extreme opposite.
Well, that's
Yeah.
relative. Love is relative, so
But I think, but I don't think that hate is such a strong word.
Yeah, it
Right,
can be
so
in
I think
between.
that-
Maybe
yeah.
because I would, when you are done, I would go for maybe a place of frustration and love, if that can work intertwine.
So I really think, as I'm saying, I still stand by where I am, right?
Right.
So if I have a mother, all right, who may be giving birth to me, my father said, I don't want this child, or maybe I have too many kids. I wanted to get rid of this. It's not in any way her fault, all right? But because of me, maybe she lost her home, she lost, let's say, the man in her life and all that. So at the end of the day, like, she's not really gonna love you. So the little thing you do pisses her off. So I would say, well, frustration, but it's hate anyway. I still stand by my way.
That's fair. That's fair. I think for me, in between a place of love and a place of frustration. 'Cause a place of love, you know, deep down, you know what your mother is saying is true.
It's true.
But maybe the approach. I think for me, my example would be the house girl comparison. Growing up, when I'm able to cook a dish, I'll be like, hey, but so I do. Sometimes I can even call, hey, ma, so what my deal? At that time, it was really hurting me. Like, I don't know what that kind of thing. A place of frustration in a sense that maybe, as he said, the history behind your conception. What's me nimbis? That's how I was saying, Papa. You know, that thing, like, but I wouldn't call that hate. I would think I would do internal assessment and, okay, maybe I would set a benchmark for myself. Maybe my mom is going extreme, my dad is going extreme, but I will set a benchmark for myself and then meet them halfway. That's what I will do.
But sometimes even the way you were delivered, you were born requires an insult. They can use that to insult you one day.
That's true. Yeah, and that's not really your fault.
The one behind me, right? He was giving, I'm to give it to him in a car.
Oh,
so listen,
so my mom will always tell me the story where she was in a hurry to go to the hospital. Wait, but don't share hospital. Go downstairs. Yeah, she's always upset that she says that initially it used to hurt me, but now like I just laugh it off. I'm like, so I'm in between the guy and the hospital. It's not hospital. Say, but hospital the share Jay. Go downstairs, no. Men order can you able. you know.
It's
But sometimes it's frustration. It's not necessarily to hurt you.
Yeah.
But in the state that probably you're in, expecting that you should do better. But you're slagging, so they're just frustrated.
Yes.
In a good way, to see you in a good light. I think that's. We've got some messages anyway. Michael, don't look at me like that. I know where you want to go. How do I rebuild my self-worth when I've been compared all my life? This is coming from Kelly and Tema. Yeah, how do you rebuild your self-worth?
I think I will still stick to the internal assessment. You assess yourself. Sometimes it's difficult. I won't come and say, oh, just wake up one day and say, oh, you are better off. No, it takes time. Just a gradual process. If you need help, you seek help. Maybe a therapist. But in our setting here, part of Africa, I'm not sure we really can run to a therapist. But you need to talk to somebody. You can't just do it on your own. I don't believe in that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to think I was lazy and unintelligent because of the way my mom always compared me to my cousins. Now I realize I just had different strengths. So that's what we're saying. So the more you're trying to say that your cousin is doing much better, probably not in that direction. I could be for, books. He is with his hands. He's like a handyman or something. He is with electronics, or he's in the STEM class. So he does that. Mine is not towards that. Probably I'm in for swimming or something. You get. But when you keep saying that, because you are much interested in what my cousin is doing, you think, oh, it's a nice thing from a child to do. So you think that I should also be doing that. You ignore the fact that I could be Michael Phelps. Hello.
You know.
You get what I'm saying? I could be like, Usain Bolt or something. If you should pay attention to me. Charlie, it's tough.
I guess in that direction, adding to the self-assessment, I think you should also look at your strengths and focus more on that. Because even after the self-assessment and you're able to realize your weaknesses, you are not able to match up to those people you are compared to and all of that, you would end up ignoring what you are able to do. And you are also not able to match up with this.
So you go trying what they say they're doing better, and then you will still flop.
You will still, Right. So then just build on your strength. Yes, and come out with the, the abilities you have. Develop it and go ahead.
Okay, we've got lots of messages
tonight.
They'll
appreciate you in the long run.
Yeah, they will. Hi, Na. Every time I achieve something, my mom still brings up what someone else's child is doing. It makes me feel like I'll never be enough. Oh, this is so wrong. Why? Then why you're achieving is what exactly, please? Can you add it? So that's what assesses to your mother.
Yes, I think in her perspective, she's achieving something, but it's not aligned to her mother's achievement. I mean,
what she sees as great achievement.
Exactly.
Probably.
But that's a hard one. I think they need to have a conversation. They don't have the same values. They are not aligned. So they need to have a conversation.
Yeah, I think one of the things that make parents do that is that they have their own expectations of their children. Sometimes
they have to be at home.
You have to be a doctor. Maybe I grew up, with the intention, my aspiration was to be a doctor or to give birth to a child who will become a doctor. And now you are growing up and now the football, no, you must be a doctor. So now I have to compare you, with somebody who is learning science and passing.
Right.
Meanwhile, you did science no so by 0. But a banner PE. No, first. You get it.
My story anyway.
Well, I know someone whose dad was, a lawyer, and he's expecting that my kids are going to, either do this, and then your child comes up and says, "I'm going to be a photographer." Then he goes like, You know what I'm saying? Like he still had that impression of the olden days photographers that say, "Don't go back, go back." So he still had that. So you come and you be taking photos, you lie on that,
holding the flower pot.
What can I get here and say? Why are you going to do that? Like it took a while for him to accept that Charlie. That's it's a new era.
Yeah.
People will thrive in what they are comfortable in.
Generational.
It's not necessarily. I could still go to school because I have a few friends who actually went to law school and they came back home and said, "Da, me you." Like I did it for you. Now it's my time to do me. You get. I know one who actually went to law school, went through all of it, came back and said, Daddy, now this is your, but I want to be a designer.
Wow.
With the issue of designing, right? So my kid sister, so she bought the forms for Accra Technical University. She used my email. I did auto forms of fashion designing. Quickly, I bought her forms for nursing. I called nursing in 1 year, but I said I can't do it again. And now she's doing the fashion design.
Waste of time, hello?
So it's waste of time, yeah. Sometimes we have to allow people.
I'm loving this conversation. One more messages. Okay, so Bright from Volta region. Hi, Bright. Says, Mom, I understand you want the best for me, but comparing me to others can be really frustrating. I'd appreciate it if you could focus on my own progress and accomplishments instead. Let's celebrate my successes and work together on areas where I can improve.
Good.
This is sweet.
Yeah.
This exactly sums up the whatever we're talking about. Yeah, you need to, like, you know, speak to me as well.
Feel the emotions.
Yeah.
Of, whoever sent it.
Because if all of us want to go to law school like this,
why never, doctor?
Go beru hane.
Watch it.
Look, you know, like Cristiano Ronaldo like this. Who played the ball?
Anyway, that's true.
It's true. If all of us want to be lawyers, all of us want to be doctors. Who's going to be on the other side? You know? Yeah, I need to be in the art side. Let me try art.
Animation.
You know, you put it in your room and you're proud. It's a pencil art. I love it. Yeah, innovation.
That's good.
I'm really enjoying this conversation. I have really been through it. I love my mom, but the comparisons have really affected my confidence. I don't even like sharing my wins with her anymore. Darren in Medina, because she's definitely going to say,
Weeping at me.
It's uniting.
I'm on pussy play.
Is the validation we are always looking for. The parental validation. You feel
didn't
like,
get it.
we are maybe catching my is the little wins we celebrate.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
But if Obaba, now this is why you be no. The next time she's not going to come back to you. That's the parental validation we always look for.
Yeah, so I think that has to do with, you know, acknowledging and appreciating efforts instead of the outcomes. You know, when the person takes a step, you're like, why you are there? Yeah, you can do better.
But sometimes with the why are there playing, you know, it makes you settle. That's how I feel.
But it has to
the
be
more, you know, every little thing, you go like,
But that's what I like the word. I think someone used, we should check it. Because let's say I'm always the last in class. Next time, maybe I move to the 20th, the 10th. That why your idea will push me. Okay, ma, say my idea. Or better be mama. So it will motivate you, but you don't do it. Oh, okay, why your idea? The person becomes very complacent. Like, let me be my comfort zone. Mommy is okay with me.
So I think I'll add up to what she's saying.
Right.
I think parents per se, we have to be a bit careful about this positioning in school. It's a wrong thing. I don't really do that because the child might be doing well in their own way, all right? In the sense that you can have, let's say, maybe the 10, will be 10. No, what are the grades? Maybe the entire class is good. 90, 89, 88, 87. The child is still good. So we should just stop these and now weigh the first, weigh the second.
Yeah, I think
look at the performance of the child.
My kids' school don't have that. Good. They have their good, outstanding, and all of that. So outstanding is outstanding.
Exactly.
And then there's high.
Yeah.
So like good, high, there's something else, then they're outstanding. So everybody's striving to be outstanding.
Exactly.
You understand? But although the grade bracket is there, but the fact that the child is hearing outstanding, you know, like 4 or 5 of the subjects, then you get a little certificate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so year 1, then you know that's all. In my first year, year 1, first semester, I got this for being outstanding in 5 subjects.
Yeah.
So you know, you frame it for the child. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think our society has been structured in a competitive way. Everything has to be a competition from your primary school to JHS. You have to be first. You have to, like, the school system has it that way too. So it lingers into the family system as well.
Yeah.
You can't really do much about it. But this is new to me.
Great.
I think it's better.
So it has
I grew up to be first,
second. So this
that's what I know, like a competition. You have to be that.
Yeah. So is it that you're high, your grades are high, or the next one is your grades were outstanding, and then they give you a certificate after the semester. So the first 10 people who are outstanding in class, so they always have that little certificate, like, you know, this is to Glenn for being an outstanding student.
That's motivation.
You know, and those who are high, or probably the outstanding group, usually, let's say there are 10. but that one particular person has run through being outstanding for the 3 semesters, gets to be the star boy or the star girl of the class.
Like the
so that,
bands.
so he or she comes home with a star. So like I'm the star girl of my class.
Wow.
So then they remember that in year 1 I was a star girl. I want to be a star girl throughout.
Not I was a 10th, I was a
Yes.
9th, I was a 8th.
Right. So you can't tell whether she was the 10th, but so far she was in a group of outstanding students. She's a star girl. He's a star boy. You get. I love it for them.
That's a good
That's
one.
great.
That's
Besides
so
the-
new to me.
The comparison thing is becoming too much. Even your place of birth car comparison. Yeah, when man will be. I mean, come on.
No, I think we still do that. You can reference the people in Chasako.
So
There are some things that would never
you know, minimum and I'll buy time for an hour and you're not and yet kick in our own. I mean, one on your so you need to be
to do that.
It's serious. The comparison.
Don't do that. What do you mean? What do you mean?
But it's so true.
No, we actually. No, I think that we actually do that even amongst ourselves.
exactly.
Like you go like, oh, me fino, we all finima.
We judge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that will never end, but it can be managed.
Yeah, we do that. So,
I'm
hey,
observing
book
that.
for the sir.
I was saying that sometimes we
When
don't,
they talk
we
small,
don't really.
hey, Jabuko.
Me, I make a catch and say, oh, my wolfie. So,
say,
Well,
no,
I think tonight we're getting lots of messages, so let's just go through messages real quick. This one is quite lengthy. And when my mom compares me to other kids, I feel frustrated. Maybe she's seen something positive in them that she wishes I would do too. Perhaps I'm not putting in enough effort, or maybe she's expecting too much from me. It's possible she's not considering my strengths or the differences in our resources. However, I believe this criticism can be an opportunity for growth. I'd like to talk to my mom and say, Mom, I'm trying my best to be a better person. If you focus on my strengths and guide me, I can improve. Comparing me to others doesn't motivate me. Instead, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. I think open communication is key. If my mom still insists on comparing, I'll continue doing my best and strive to prove myself. With time, she might realize her mistake and appreciate me for who I am. By staying focused and working hard, I hope she'll see my progress and be proud of me. You are in line, stay in line.
It's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Stay in
She's
line.
done this assessment of herself, and she's actually set a benchmark for herself.
Run wild with it, darling.
That's it. I think
That's
she
it.
knows
It's good.
But sometimes we get to a point where we're seeking validation.
parental validation. It matters.
That thing too is
we always
important.
underestimate it. It
Yeah,
matters.
see validation.
Sometimes you really want to be
From
Like, you just-
appreciated.
everybody is appreciating you, but you're just waiting for that. Oh, why are you from mommy or daddy? It
That makes
matters.
you-
It carries a
That
lot
makes you a
of
people
weight
person,
too.
trying to please.
We one way or the other, for your parents, even the Bible states it. You have to please them, obey your whether it's
But it didn't say
far away you
please,
don't
it
want to
says
do.
obey, it didn't say please.
Yes, but in
Yeah.
a way you are pleasing them. People pleasing starts with our parents. Let's be honest. You go. You are pleasing your parents. You don't want to go. You don't want to write the exams. It's a subtle way of pleasing your parents.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a doctor. You still go to the medical school. Just as you cited an example, the lawyer just brought
Yeah.
the certificate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let me please my mom. Let me please my dad.
Yeah, that
Validation
tendency
matters.
is there.
In a
for
way,
like
it
in
does.
most kids, they always want to please their parents, and the validation is key. Like even if nobody says you've done well, and a well
Just
done comes
that.
from your mom or your dad, I mean, your head swells. So validation is really key to
Nice.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just to children, even to
I
adults.
think now that we are old, I mean, some of us we still seek validation.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
Just like
True.
now.
What do you seek it my mom.
What do I think?
I need it.
You just want one or two people to say you're doing well.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know you're doing well. You just want one or two people
Just
to
want
say,
to
"I'm
hear
proud
that.
of you."
Yeah.
We
You
are
know
due.
that
Keep
word.
it up.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Hey, it's weighty, Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you are going to bed. You are working like Humpty Dumpty.
That's true.
Your mom can actually tell you that. I watched you the other time. You look so
Oh,
nice.
you did,
You did so well.
Yeah.
coming through.
It pumps you up like an
Yes,
adrenaline.
that's what I'm saying. You come to like
to do more,
Transformers.
exactly.
Sometimes even from our spouses, you know.
From us. Thank you.
So your loved ones.
Exactly.
And your
Maybe
parents
sometimes
are
when
part
you
of your
dress up
life.
nice, you're expecting your partner to say you look good.
Say something.
It's not like you don't know that you're looking pink. You just want
Like,
that little
hey,
validation thing. Hey, and then with women pick up.
Speaking on your head.
We'll take our final message before we go away. And comparing me to others is something I may accept, only if it comes to encourage me to sit up. However, I won't accept it when it comes to condemn me. Hey, it's true. Well, this is from Volta. This one is heavy.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Comparing me to others is something I may accept, only if it comes to encourage me to sit up. However, I won't accept it when it comes to condemn me.
Okay.
But do you have the control? As a kid, you won't accept it. What would you do?
No, it's mental.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will not accept it in my mind. Okay, I'm you. By woman trim.
By Papa.
Oh,
But
Some children,
time
some
you
children
flat and
have
then you
this
rebel.
strong mental will. And
Yeah,
then
it's a strong
self-will.
mental will.
Yes.
You accept it when it's nice.
But in my opinion, it's rare. Like your mom keeps doing that. Okay, Udeshi keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Nah. With time you grow up and then you meet someone who is trying to direct you to the same corrective measures. I don't hear me, mommy. I don't hear papa. You become very defensive. So even when you know you are wrong, maybe what you are doing really it's not the right path. I think you feel like no, me and mommy can't say that be the mean gene too.
No, not necessarily saying yeah, that it changes you.
Sometimes
In your
subconscious,
mind,
I mean,
you will not take it.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yes,
you will
but
listen
to
now.
You will
endure it
listen.
for a
You
while.
No, you listen. By my mind, I'm going to look.
Yeah.
No, I think
Into
this is negative. I'm not going to accept it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but it depends on the
I'm
age.
not gonna accept
It depends
it.
on the age.
That's
Yeah.
rare. I think it's
Well,
rare.
It depends on the
it
age.
depends on the age, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It depends on the
People
age.
have strong wills.
We'll be
They'll
alright.
sit there
Yeah.
quietly.
On
They'll
your own
listen
feet.
to you
Yeah.
perfectly. But now, can you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept condemnation.
Stubborn
Yeah.
proud.
So I think that approach too, if it's going to build you up, then just go with
Right.
it. Yes, if it's going to bring out your uniqueness, just go with it. And one thing
Alright.
I'm realizing is that
Anyway.
very soon,
break you
this comparison and all of that, I think parents should really take note because these generations we are having, hey,
Hardcore. The hardcore.
Hardcore.
Wonderful. On that hardcore mood, this is how far we can go. Thank you very much for coming through, Debbie. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Vanessa. We've had a very lovely conversation. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. And yes, when we do, we'll come with another basketball topic like that. Then we'll have a very wonderful conversation. I hope that you've had fun. I hope that you've taken one or two. And please, if you do and it's positive, run wild with it, my love. My name is Noyo Quarter. It's been great coming your way. I'll be back. Thank you very much for being part of the show. My love to you always. Enjoy your evening.